Hey friends, it's Dimitri with Nebraska Streetwear. Today I have another shipping improvement video for you that I discovered this morning. So typically I make these discoveries when the weight of a package kind of barely exceeds a threshold. So if you go from like 1 pound to 1.499 pounds, it's a certain cost. Then when you get to 1.5 pounds to another threshold, it's a certain cost, and then you keep going like in those increments with USPS and with UPS. The rates for shipping change a lot. So it can literally change from like $9 to like $12 just if you barely go over a shipping weight threshold. So it's kind of tricky to deal with all this stuff. And when I go down these rabbit trails, typically I'm like on the computer for like 45 minutes to an hour just to figure out this problem. But I like chasing these things because at the end of the day, I'm literally saving thousands of dollars over the year with all of these costs added up. And the reason why it's also tricky is because basically I'm comparing suppliers online like Uline or Amazon, and I have to pick boxes that fit my needs, you know. I can't really just get a box and it's only working for one really specific problem. It has to kind of translate to other areas in the business where I can add, you know, maybe a hoodie and a hat, two t-shirts and a hat, books and a hat, stuff like that. So I have to find boxes that really fit my needs. And if you guys are trying to optimize your shipping, you have to think about that as well. And sometimes what would happen is I go down a rabbit trail where I totally try a new box and I figure out that that fits my needs better and it's cheaper. And this is what happened with this particular situation. I actually found 2 shipping improvements just from this one problem. Or not, it's not really a problem, it's just a situation. So I'll explain. So a lot of times, this actually does happen frequently, a customer orders just a hoodie and a hat. And what I used to do in the past was I would put it into this large box like this, and everything fits there pretty nicely. It's not really crammed. And then what would happen is I would also have to add probably like 3 pieces of packaging paper to this, or bubble wrap or stuff like that, so that it's not tumbling around. Well, what I realized today was this box is kind of expensive for this situation. So I was like, okay, can I make these 2 items fit either in this box or in this box? And let's see what the total cost of shipping it is. So at the end of the day, the cost to ship a hoodie and a hat in each of these boxes is $11.40 with UPS. So the price to ship it did not change because of the weight. Because when they determine the rate at which they're going to charge you for shipping, it's based off of volume and on weight, not just one thing. But I still found a shipping improvement from this. The reason why is because I chose a cheaper box, a box that still works for the situation, but it's a lot cheaper. So I experimented with this box, and it does technically fit in there. I'll show you. If you put the hat and the hoodie like this, you can close it in, but what happens is that it's a little bit too tight and it's a little bit crumpled. And from a branding and business standpoint, I think that's not the best because it's just a little bit too crumpled and it's kind of squished in there. You don't want stuff to be super tight in there, and you don't want stuff to be really loose when you're shipping either, because then you have to add packaging paper and typically the cost is going to go up. You want things to be just right, and you want to the customer to get a package where everything is easy to get out and it's not all just like crumpled into there. So what I figured out was that shipping this particular situation in this box works a lot better. The reason why it works a lot better is that it still fits in there, but it does not need packaging paper or bubble wrap and stuff like that, because it's just snugly enough in there, but it's not really crammed in there like this box, and it's not loose like this box. But here's the real savings from this whole exercise. This box costs 99 cents. That's what I get them for. Whereas this box costs $1.98. So that's basically a whole dollar saved using this box. So the cost to ship it is still the same, but the box is cheaper. So that means I'm saving about $1 shipping this out. And that's something that you guys got to pay attention to when you're using boxes. The cost, the freight to ship it might be the same, but the boxes might be, you might use a cheaper box. And these boxes all have the same rigidity too. They're all, perform the same. They're just different sizes and stuff like that. And so basically that's what I'm going to do from now on. That's going to save me a lot of money over the year. I'm just going to ship, if a customer orders a hoodie and a hat, I'm going to ship it in this box. It works totally fine. And another savings added onto that actually is that I'm not using packaging paper, because to use that for this box in this situation, that's probably like another 20 cents added. So it's actually more than $1 in savings to do that. Now, what happened from this as well was, when I'm comparing boxes that I already have that fit my needs pretty well, I also see if I can add another box or replace a box. And in this case, I figured out that I'm probably going to replace this box. The reason why is because this box is kind of a strange size, and for Uline or Amazon or any other box manufacturers, they have really weird kind of rules or things that they do where they might have a box that's just slightly bigger, but the cost is dramatically lower. So this box is a 13 by 10 by 3 box. And that box, it cost me $1.76 for this box. Well, I went online, I was snooping around, and I found on the same website, I found a box that's a 10 or a 13 by 10 by 4. So it's basically just an inch taller, has the same rigidity and all that. But that box is $1.30. So it's 46 cents cheaper to use that box. And here's the other part, here's the kicker. I also compared what it would cost to ship something out. Like, let's just say I put these items in here and I was shipping in this 13 by 10 by 3 box, or I was trying to use the new test box that I found out. It's still the same cost to ship it. It would still be $11.40 to ship it. So basically, when I need to use a box like this for certain situations, a lot of times, these are great for larger books, or internationally, if I use the box that is an inch taller, it will be able to fit this stuff a little bit better, and it actually will work out because that extra inch is going to make it so it's not really as squished anymore. So that's also a slight improvement. I'm going to be able to use that box to send out internationally, and it's going to be the same cost, but it's going to be just a little bit better. And the box obviously overall is cheaper. So from this exercise, I found 2 shipping improvements. One of them saves me about 46 cents, and one saves me over $1. So this is why you guys constantly want to be reviewing what you're doing. Never be doing something and you see those little details like, man, could I make this better? It seems kind of like I could do it better. Always stop and think and be like, okay, let's try this, let's try that, let's try this, let's weigh this. Yes, it's a little bit tedious. Yes, you have to be comparing stuff, and you might be spending half an hour, 45 minutes to an hour to really figure this stuff out. But if you do that, you will literally save thousands of dollars over the course of you running your business, because maybe you only have 100 orders a month or something, or you only have 50 orders a month, and these small things, they don't really add up to a lot of savings. But when you're dealing with thousands and thousands of orders, they really will add up, and you're going to be happy that you spent the time to make things more efficient, better for the customer and better for you. If you got any value out of this video, or if you have any comments or questions, you can leave them down in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks.